Hello and welcome back to Heroes and Hooligans for some Saturday shenanigans where we are doing episode 3 of Sumarkula Stories, Too Deep Mine. Hey Chip, you're going to do our recap from last session, right?
I suppose so. Last
Wonderful.
session, our party found themselves in a small mining village, there with the captain of a great ass and ship to pick up the last member of their crew for this most delicate mission for the master scribe, one of his own apprentices, or would-be apprentices. Myself, then my epidemia, then if it's too much for you. At the Tipsy Tengu, a lovely little restaurant and pub where all of our patrons were asked to remove their outdoor shoes and place indoor sandals on instead, and were invited to a festival to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of the reopening of the town mine. Realizing that they were holding up the keepers of this inn from attending their village festival, the party quickly finished their meal and drinks and made their way along to it. And in the midst of celebration, massive rust-colored beasts, insectoid and chitinous, burst from the ground, spraying acid and spreading havoc as civilians perished, and some of our own party took wounds in their defense. We eventually recognized these beasts as Ankh eggs and took them down with the aid of a perhaps local druid who said the reopening of the mines is what brought these beasts here. They are digging too deep. And we are back at the tavern for a celebratory drink, escaping with our lives.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
On our way back to the tavern, we see Venmythe look down at their slightly dusted clothing, all white, and say, "This won't do," and quickly prestidigitate the dirt off and change the color of the clothing to better hide any further dirt that hits it.
Wonderful. So instead of the normal light colors that you're wearing, maybe something more
Or,
earth
or
tones.
yeah, earth tones.
Yeah, wonderful. I like it. So yeah, you're headed back to the Tipsy Tengu to have some drinks to kind of blow off the steam of what just happened when it was meant to be a celebration. Uh, you get back and you're there to have your drinks. Focus. You
Mhm.
come to this small little village and it's on the coast in Ton. It's a small little fishing village. Nobody even really knows its name. It's more properly known for their mine that they have, and that's the reason that you're there. Is this mine has all different kinds of ores that come out of it, and the boss of your shop at the Clockwork Orange has sent you to retrieve some ore for a project that he's been working on, and he knows that they have this special kind of ore that is called orichalcum that they can find very few and far between within the mine. So it sells for quite a big price, and it's really hard to get your hands on. But he has somehow secured a chance to get a couple of ingots. You're going to be able to pick up 3 ingots of orichalcum for him. And you get into this little town, and it's in the evening time. You've been traveling throughout the day. Your shop is in Taun anyway, so it's the region that you're fairly familiar with, and it takes you a majority of the day's travel to get there. And you come into town, it's late, the sun has already set. Things in the town seem so far very chilled out. Not a lot of lights are on. You could assume people are sleeping or maybe having some dinners or sort. The only lights that you really see come from the tavern in town, the Tipsy Tengu. What do you think Focus does when he gets there?
He'd probably go straight to the tavern, and since it's dark out, get a bed for the night.
Okay. So you head to this little tavern. And it's the nicest thing in this whole town that you notice. And when you get here, you realize that everything is covered in dust. And it has a smell to it. A very sort of sulfurous sort of smell to this village. It kind of makes your nose turn up. It doesn't smell like the kind of chemicals and things that are used in alchemy and artificery, but something different in the smell of it. And it kind of singes your nose hairs a little bit as you kind of walk through. And you come to this tavern, and it is the nicest thing in this whole village. It's very ornately done on the outside. There's lights everywhere. There's a little like sitting place outside, and you hear a lot of ruckus coming from the inside, and it sounds like there's a lot of people in there. So you come in, you open the door, and when you open the door, you notice that all of the first little entranceway is filled with dirty shoes. And on the opposite side is stacks of little sandals.
Is there a place to wipe his feet? His hooves?
Yep.
Clap on
There's like a rug, and there's like a little bin that has, in one side of the bin has some clean towels. In the other side of the bin, it looks like there's some, the dirty towels get placed in there.
Okay. Sorry.
You had the same problem. They don't have any hoof safe sandals.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was like, for the size of his feet, it's probably like, so probably grab a towel, give his hooves and shins a quick wipe down, make sure they're not muddy, and walk on in.
So you head on in. And it's beautiful in here. The tables are low to the ground. They have cushion floor seating around them. There is a bar that does have some bar stools, and there's a lot of people in here. It looks like a lot of the actual village itself from what you saw outside. It's not very big at all. A majority of the people seem to be here, and they're all sharing drinks around. They're having some warm sake served to them, and there's people everywhere. And what do? Do you go straight to the bar? Do you find a place to sit? How do you go about it?
He'll have a quick look around, and you said everything's sort of low. So he's like kind of assessing where he can kind of sit since he's on the larger side of things.
It's very Eastern Orient in the design style in here.
Yeah. Okay. Seeing that, he'll probably wander off to the bar because it'll be more suitable for his height. And slide on in.
So you sit down at the bar, and there's a gentleman at the bar there who seems to be working on serving folks. He's an older man. He has long gray hair up in a partial ponytail in the back. He wears loose fitting, sort of baggier clothes. You could look at him and tell he's probably a monk of sorts in the way that he dresses. And there's only one waitress going around, and she looks very similar to the man behind the bar. if you looked at them close enough, you could probably figure out that they are father and daughter who run this tavern here. Hello, welcome in. What can I do for you? Says the man to you from behind the bar.
Hi, I've just got in for the night. Do you have a spare room by any chance? Got business here.
I do.
Yeah.
I do have a room. What kind of style room would you like? Would you like our more the cheaper option, which is more of like a community room? It's like got a bunch of bunks, or we have, and those are down in the downstairs, or upstairs we have a couple of private rooms. They cost a little bit more though.
I don't actually know how much coin he's got. Focus will probably be happy with the communal room. He's not too fussed. It's like, yeah, give me the commons.
Yeah, so that'll only cost you 5 silver pieces.
Oh.
Okay. We'll hand that over.
And he takes your silver and he gives you he goes behind the bar counter and bends down and comes back up with a little key on a little tag that has a little coin shaped plastic bit on the end of it, and it has the number 12. This is for the lockbox at the end of your bed, so you can store your belongings safely while you sleep.
Thank you muchly for that.
You said you just got in. The one of the elders of the village has gotten free drinks for everybody. Would you like a drink?
Won't say no to that.
So he pours you this just small little glass, about half the size of a teacup, full of this kind of amber liquid, and it has a little steam rising from it as he pours it out of this little porcelain bottle and hands it over to you.
I'll take a sniff of it first. Yeah.
And it gives you a little twinge in your nose, but it overall smells pretty good.
Okay. Knocks it back.
It's got a little fruity, a little floral, a little nutty, a slightly roasted scent to it. And it tastes, when you knock it back, you get the fruit flavors of apple, pear, melon, a little bit of white peach to it. It tastes really, really good.
This is good. What is this stuff?
Oh, that's sake.
Oh. Don't think I've had that before.
Well, don't tell anybody, but I import the fruits from across the world from another region because they have some of these special fruits that I really like to put in here.
Oh,
but don't tell anybody. It's my secret.
Secret safe with me. Need those ingredients.
So the rest of you, you see this new individual come in. It's not somebody you recognize. They're not covered in the dust of the town or anything like that. Focus, I forgot to ask this. What do we see when you come in? What do you look like? What are you wearing? What is your presentation?
Yeah. So he's I guess, average size minotaur, but they're like larger than the average human. He's a white bull with a bit of ginger hair, a small ginger top of beard happening, freckles. He's dressed in somewhat fine clothing, a mix of your linen pants and stuff, and then he's got like leather over the top to protect him, and he's pretty much steampunky.
Yeah, very steampunky in vibes. Yeah. So the rest of you see this minotaur come in and sit down. Bindi, I think you have the highest passive perception, if I'm not mistaken.
I have 17.
Yes, I believe it is the highest one. So you specifically notice, certainly, that this individual is not covered in the dust and grime of the normal the normal folks that live here. So it sticks out to you that maybe this person isn't from here. But the rest of you see a Minotaur come in as you're having drinks with the people of the village and the elders who came in. The elder was named Tug. He's the one that brought you and everybody to this tavern to kind of cool down a bit.
I think we see Ven over at a corner. All right, anyone who needs the dust cleaned off over here? I don't want any of it rubbing off on me. And just is offering free prestidigitation cleanings to the townsfolk. Standing there, spell book just floating slightly next to him.
And I don't think really anybody takes you up on that. They're so used to it, and it's been a long day. A lot of people worked today, and then the things of the celebration. They're more focused on enjoying the drinks and relaxing a bit after the chaos that they had just experienced. And sitting at the table with you, you have Tug. And he's just kind of hanging out and, you know, keeping it cheerful and so on. Does anybody have questions for him while you're there, or you just hanging out with him really?
Mr. Tug, was that normal? Was weird, no?
No, it's not normal. It's not normal, no.
So what bring them up? That was could have been bad.
It was bad. Did we lose anyone?
I haven't heard of any losses yet. No, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Good luck on us, I suppose.
Yeah, the mine has been it's been good for business interests and for people having jobs, but he kind of leans in and shrugs a little bit. Crops came up pretty slim this year, and those that did have a decent harvest claimed they can't sell what they grew, and it tastes kind of like slate and shale. And I'm not saying it's the mine, but I'm also not saying it isn't either.
So if mine
Here I thought
problem,
it was that were supposed to dig too deep.
why not shut them down?
Well, it did get closed a while ago. The founders of the town, they closed the mine. But when it got closed, it affected a lot of things. But they reopened it, and since they reopened it, our little town seems to be thriving, and people can actually afford to live again. It was terrible when they closed it before. Children were dying. Horrific creatures wandered the woods and even in the streets of town. Once the mine was closed down, the jobs here dried up and people moved away, and instead of creatures roaming the streets, bandits and looters did instead. When Mutterall Mining Works agreed to buy the mine and began operations here in earnest, things started to turn around pretty quickly for us.
And now the wheel turns again.
So is no one going to state the blatantly obvious thing? Pink is using a candle to heat up her sake, or play with her glass. It's really not clear what she's exactly doing because it's not really heating the sake up that fast. But and she kind of looks at all the rest of them like she expects them to know exactly what she's talking about. Like when that guy started his speech, right? That was an incantation. That was like an announcement. He was like, come on, here come on the monsters. I mean, I've heard a lot of incantations, and I've seen a lot of, people calling things up from the depths, and that was it. Exactly what that was.
Why would he ruin his own mind?
Good question. I mean, it's possible he doesn't even know. He's under the control of something else. He's just stupid, or all of the above.
Is he here? And Biddy starts looking around for the guy that was doing the.
I think it's far more likely that this is another case of humanity ignoring the wisdom of their ancestors.
Okay. I mean, sure. I suppose it's coinkydink, but I don't really believe it.
Worth looking into both, I think. Certainly.
Yeah, do we see the guy that was doing the speech?
Carlsbad? You do not. Focus, what's your passive perception?
Where are we? Passive is 13.
So I think that you would hear this conversation as it's kind of happening, as you're kind of sitting there by yourself, just having your little drink and such. You would hear the conversation that this group is having about the attack that happened earlier, about the mine. You would hear the older gentleman as he kind of like hushed his voice a little bit to talk about what happened previously. Your passive is still high enough that you're able to pick up the words that he's saying, even as he's trying to talk a little lower. Not quite a whisper, but just more like in close quarters.
Okay. So his ears would like twitch and turn in the group's general direction.
Pink is never subtle, by the way. Like, she doesn't talk at a low hush.
Would a 14 passive perception be able to pick up that we're being listened in on?
17 probably does.
I wouldn't say that it would necessarily pick up that you're being eavesdropped, but maybe that the new individual who came in, as their ears sort of twitch, and you notice the twitching of the ears, that they're kind of, they just happened to catch what was happening, and it kind of piqued their interest. So not that they were intentionally eavesdropping, but something that was said caused them to avert their focus to you momentarily.
Horns, why don't you come on over here and sit with us for a minute?
She looks up and says,
You're already here, Pink. Obviously, I'm not talking to you. And I'd use your name, not call you Horns.
I don't know. It's kind of cute. I thought you were just being that personal. That's fine. Cool.
No, I'll give you the respect of your name.
Hey, I don't see a Minotaur who knows how to dress very often.
I've met quite a few Minotaurs who knew how to dress quite well. Only on the bottom.
Well, good for you. I feel like I should know what that means.
They went around topless. They're pretty buff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like most of them go around like with well, I mean, a lot of them are well manicured. I'll give them that.
Usually just loincloth.
He says all of this, by the way, right in front of you.
It's like, are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Well, not talking about you. Well, not that I'm sure you're not plenty buff yourself, but
I don't know. He fills the shirt up pretty well.
All right.
figured, us strangers here in town ought to stick together, right?
Sure. With that, I guess I'll leave the sake glass and I will move on over closer to them?
Yeah, and
as
they're
you sit,
sitting
you
at one of
notice
those
that-
low tables as well. So they're all sitting, crisscross applesauce down on the little cushions at one of those lower set tables.
Pink,
Just like
go ahead.
walk over and sort of lean and shuffle down. It's like just more awkward than anything.
I think he needs more pillows. She yells out.
Right. Well, I don't need one here. I sit like this quite a bit. So
Oh, well, thank you. And shove that under his thigh to sort of raise him up. So what's this I hear your talk of? What's happened in the mines?
oh well, I don't know about in the mines themselves, but there was an Ankeg attack at the festival earlier, and one of the local. I'm not sure whether they were druid or shamanic, but one of the local wise women said it was the fault of the mine.
The fault of the mind.
And our friend here was just telling us that the mine's been closed down before for somewhat similar reasons, it seems. But unfortunately, the mine closing down will lead to poverty. Poverty leads to death, the same as an Ankeg's pincers.
How
Perhaps
many
even
people did they lose?
more insidiously.
Did anybody know? How many people died at the attack?
Nobody has died yet, but if there's more of those beasts, I'm certainly not signing on to be a town guard.
I don't know. There seemed to be a lot of blood flying around.
Yeah, but I think if I saw right between the druid and a few others, they kept them pretty stable.
Yes.
Right. I forgot about the druid.
Carlsbad missing or not here would be celebrate with everyone.
So are we celebrating a win for what just happened?
We're celebrating still having our lives. Something
That's
worth drinking to, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we'll pour another glass out of the bottle they've bought for focus.
Oh,
Pink,
cheers.
Pink dips the sharp part of her tail into her drink and goes, okay, fine, good enough.
Frederick finishes his.
Anytime you want me to heat it up for you again, I'm happy.
Oh, I know, but
It's a piddling magic.
all right, fine. I forgot who did it. Thank you, but now I got it right.
And
What
your
did you
drink-
say, Frederick?
Just back to that same, just prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Back to that same 1 degree below boiling.
Frederick finishes his plate of food and downs his drink. By the way, introductions be in order. My name is Frederick McAllister, at your service, and puts out his hand for a handshake for you. Focus.
I'll grab it and I'll be like, I'm Focus Minnows.
And when you go to grab for a handshake, he goes to grab your forearm instead.
Sweet. So we're doing the bro forearm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Focus will go in for that as well. He kind of figures.
Frederick's a dwarf, yes?
Human.
Human,
No,
okay.
he's human.
Okay, I was guessing based off of the hero force. I couldn't tell what it stands.
You're a
I'm
fighter,
picturing you're grabbing Focus's wrist while they're grabbing your elbow.
Still, yeah.
What do you
The
doing
older
then,
gentleman introduces himself. I'm Tug. Tug Tannerhide. I'm one of the elders here in the village, and he'll shake your hand. Just a regular handshake. Focus.
Yeah, we're going for that as well.
Right. Well,
Nice meeting.
our dear Pink here was thinking it might not be a bad idea to check out the gentleman in charge of the mine, see what he might know about all this.
So is the mine currently closed?
I don't think there's anybody currently working.
Mhm.
right? And I look to the elder.
Well, there usually is a night shift. It's just a smaller crew that works at the nights. Usually, folks that don't have small children at home, so they've got a little bit more flexibility in their schedule. So there may be a handful of folks working down there right now.
Pink laughs.
Right. So I think no matter what, someone should come get them out. Should go get them out. Yeah. Just for the night.
Don't have children at home. That's also called expendable.
I think it'd be in everyone's best interest to, if
Damn
somebody
thing.
went down there to clear out any more onkegs that there may be.
Yeah, some of them did burrow away from us rather than stay and fight. We know there are more.
Sorry, GM. I'm just making sure. What is our objective here again?
Your objective in this town was to get me.
Yes,
Okay, so we're done technically.
correct.
Okay.
Here, yes. I mean, you do have your actual quest that was given to you as well. On
Which is to
on
go
the
to the
scroll.
Isle of Thought and get the
Cutting from
magic
the
tree piece.
Yeah, the cuttings from the tree, yes. But when you were here after picking up your other companion is when all of the chaos sort of happened when you decided to attend the celebration at the mine. So you're kind of in the mix of it just from being there.
It's like it's a matter. It's like, do you step in and help out? You have no obligation.
Would we be getting paid for doing this?
I mean, I look to the elder. I do think it sounds like poverty's quite the worry here.
Yeah, we don't really have a whole lot of town funds. Most
sort of
of
material
our
goods?
money has. I'm sorry.
Maybe any sort of material goods, maybe.
Well, we have
This is
all
production
the
time.
stuff that comes from the mines. I maybe could talk to them about giving you some of those materials if you're interested in any ores.
I've heard you have some quite rare ones here. Could be interesting to
That could work
experiment
for
with. Some arcane components.
Yeah, the ores are
I mean, the
quite
more
valuable.
sparkly, the better.
We do have some quite valuable ores that come out of there. A majority of that because the town doesn't actually own the mine. It's owned by the Mutterall Mining Corporation. So I would have to speak with Carlsbad about that, but I could probably do so in the morning if there's some payment you need for your bit of assistance yesterday or today. I mean.
We're not on a timetable to get the clipping, so I don't see why not.
Now, is there someone you could send to go clear the mines out for the evening at least? Tell the men to take the night off in
I could
appreciation
attempt.
of a year of service?
I could attempt, but I don't really have the power to do anything. Like I said, the mine is owned by the mining company, not the town itself. So they kind of make the executive decisions. But I could certainly offer the suggestion to do so.
That could be best. Yeah.
What is it? Evening?
It's like night, like dark,
It's
right?
night. Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds like we really need to talk to this Carlsbad character, right?
Mm.
And if it's
Yeah,
not
I
time to
think-
do that now, then maybe we should just call it a thing until the morning. I mean, the miner's got to work and make some money too, right?
I'm just concerned that we let two beasts that we know are hungry for human flesh run away from us in their general direction. You know, I feel like there should, if you're running through a forest and you see someone while there's a bear chasing you, isn't it right to tell them there's a bear?
Do you have some sort of kind of security to send?
Yeah, wouldn't this company want to make sure their investment's safe?
Well, they've got that the foreman Griff. He's pretty capable and well, intimidating. Most of us are pretty intimidated by him.
Right, maybe we could talk to Griff tonight. You know, he's going to be working on the night shift anyways.
You could
Well,
certainly
let-
try.
I wouldn't
If I
mind
stay
popping
here any
by.
longer, I'm going to get drunk. So I say let's do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind popping by and expressing my concerns.
Is there
Yeah,
any
yeah.
food or snacks on the table currently?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe you guys got some family style dinner laid out in front of you when you got there.
Like a short rest worth of chilling out and drinking and eating at least.
You could certainly have a short rest if you would like to.
Gorgeous.
You could.
I was also thinking Focus sees this food and sort of just like, may I?
There's some a noodle dish, some stir fried vegetables. There is some stir fried meat for people who eat meat, vegetables for people who don't. Some dumplings, some little spring rolls. There's a pot of regular tea if you're not interested in drinking. You know, just a big laid out spread of food there.
He'll look to his new companions because he's sort of just been brought to the table without ordering anything. So it's like, can I?
Right, well,
By all means.
none
Yeah.
of us paid for this. That's all the elder here.
Oh yes, by all means. And Tug will pick up one of the plates that are on the table that are empty in the stack that was brought out and hand it to you. And he hands you a set of chopsticks and a soup spoon as well.
Much appreciated.
Pink looks at you like conspiratorially and goes, "Some of it might be beef."
Right.
That's a little bit of cannibalism. No, I would like.
Judge.
He'll go for the more vegetarian options. He's fumbling with these chopsticks because it's like not quite his style of eating. Gives up.
And I'm gonna go ahead. Can I give a help action on the dexterity check to use chopsticks by using a mage hand to show the correct way to hold them, like this?
Sure, go ahead and give me acrobatics just to see how well, and you can have it at advantage because of the help action to see how well Focus learns to use chopsticks here.
So I'm rolling acrobatics
Yes, at advantage.
at advantage. Okay, how does this?
And I will go ahead and guide you as well. So add a d4.
Oh, how do I do these extra rolls? I'm still new.
Are you in the VTT here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you open your sheet and then you right mouse click on your acrobatics, you can roll it at advantage or disadvantage.
Okay, sweet. That's good to know. I just rolled twice anyway, but I didn't add a d4. Oh God,
Oh, that's okay. A 16 is still pretty well at advantage. That's definitely above average. You really only needed a 10. So I say that Ven teaches you, and you pick it up very quickly. You have fairly nimble fingers from your artificing, and once you're shown the proper way to hold this tool, you pick it up pretty quick, and you learn how to use chopsticks.
Oh, cheers for that. Yeah, so here's the start.
Not too hard once you've actually been shown, right?
Yeah, it's sort of like these other tools that I use. It's good, so he gets the connection, and that's where he's.
Well, it was lovely chatting with you, but I'm fairly tired, so I think I'm gonna head home for the night. Are you planning to stay, or did you want to walk out with me on your way to the mine?
I think we're gonna go see the mine.
The foreman,
And-
yeah.
Find Griff.
Yeah, you can find Griff at the mine. He's always there. I'm convinced that he keeps a sleeping bag in the mine and just lives there.
That's
That'd be some
He's a good
dedication,
place to
for
sleep.
sure.
Saves on rent.
Well,
See if
I'm
they
going to
can-
head out now if you want to come with, or at your own leisure, of course. I just figured I would be polite and offer.
Yeah, I think we'd
Now's as good a
appreciate
time
the
as any.
trip.
All right, so he gets up and dusts himself off a little bit. He tidies up his little space there and makes sure he stacks up his dirty dishes and sets them off nicely for whoever's gonna come and clear the table. Feel free to take any of the leftovers that you wish. I don't really need them at home. It's just me. Focus
Frederick
just
takes
pops
another
another
plate.
dumpling in his mouth. Yeah, Frederick, you
shove
can definitely pack up another plate if you wish. Frederick, I can get you a to-go box if you'd like. They've got these
Oh.
cool little cardboard boxes that they make that you can take food home in. They got a nice wax coating on the inside to keep the sauce from leaking through.
Absolutely, yes. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, so he makes
Can I
his
get
way over.
something?
Yep. I'll bring a stack. And he makes his way over to the counter, talks to the tavern keeper, gets a stack of these little fold-up to-go boxes, and brings them over. Here you go. And they're just brown cardboard boxes folded intricately, and then there's a wax coating on the inside that you see, as he mentioned, that keeps the sauce from leaking. You could pack up whatever you wanted.
Thank you.
Of course. I don't have much to offer, but hospitality is free. So you pack up, and he heads to the door, changes his shoes, and leads you out of the tavern. And you head out, and you get to walking with him, and he's pretty quiet on the walk. And about halfway to the mine, he stops and says, "My house is just over here, so I'm going. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, we're going to resume the celebration tomorrow evening. So hopefully, we'll see you for the celebration again, and it'll go better this time. Let me know if you find anything interesting out. My house is just right over here." And he points to just a little tiny one-room ramshackle kind of house. The flower boxes outside have dead plants in them, and they're covered in that layer of dust. And you get hit with the smell as soon as you go back out of the tavern. You guys are a mess.
My nose again. What's this celebration that keeps on mentioning?
Oh, well, we were celebrating the mine being reopened for a year because it had been closed previously, and they just reopened it last year. So it was the 1-year anniversary of the reopening. So it was a bit of a celebration. It kind of brought our town back from the deep poverty, and we're just trying to climb out of that.
Good. That's good to hear.
So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again for all your help. And he heads off into his house and leaves you to your own devices.
Oh, yeah, have a good night.
Thanks for the drinks.
Bye, friend.
Anytime. He goes in and shuts
I'll
the door. Yeah.
I'll hold you to that anytime.
Of course, come see me anytime. I love making new friends and having visitors. We don't get a lot of visitors here.
It's a shame. It's a nice town. Nice place here.
Thank you.
Well, I guess we best be able to speak to. Was it Greeneth?
Griff.
We find Griff.
Great. Wonderful. Yeah? Who's coming along? I know I was the main one with like a moral objection
I'll be
to
heading with
not
you.
doing. Yeah?
I'll be
you're
heading
going
with you,
for it?
friend. Yes. Hey.
Okay. So you start to head.
So we split the party.
You're all going, right? You're going. You're not splitting. You're staying together.
Are we all going?
I'm happy if my new friends want me alone.
Is it easy to? I'm assuming it's easy to find the mine. Our way back to the mines.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's
I
like
think
I
we
said,
were
it's
there.
a fairly small town.
It's like
You've been
probably
there
the main path in town.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the one main. You can't even call it a road because it's such a small town. It's just wide enough for a cart to fit down where they would take goods to ships that come in. Like really, that's the majority of the visitors they get is ships that'll come into their little dock and get loaded up. But it's really just a small cart path that goes through the town with some other
No iron
footpaths
wheel has crossed this dirt.
Yeah. So you're able to head in the direction of the mine. It's just probably about 10 more minutes away from where you're at because it is a mine. It does sit on the outside of town. And you know that when you were sitting in the tavern, you know, some folks had left to go home and there were a few still there by time that you left and had your encounters in there. And you get headed out and just as you're sort of right on the edge of town, anybody above a 14 passive perception hears some
14 and above?
14 and above, yes. So you'll hear some screaming coming back from behind you and the sound of wolves howling and growling in the village behind you above a 14 and above. If you're below that, you don't hear it. You don't pick up on it at the edge where you're at.
Oh dear.
That's no good sound.
Wolves, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Oh dear.
We should.
That seems a bit more urgent than maybe beasts in the mine.
Uh-huh. We can do both. We go wolves.
Yeah, we can do both. Let's go. And Ven is going to start moving in the same direction as I assume Bindi is, at least.
Yep, on all fours.
I don't know if everyone else will understand based on the two of us just already knowing from that conversation.
Yeah, so the one...
Ven's major trait is assuming everyone knows the same things they do.
The ones of you that don't hear it, you hear Bindi and Ven talk about wolves and turn on their heels and head back into the village. What do you do?
What?
Christy, if you're talking, you're muted.
Aren't we supposed to be help checking on the miners? What are you turning around for wolves for? We can handle a couple wolves.
Maybe they're headed toward the wolves. I gotta get my ears checked. I go after them.
Yeah, I go after them.
I don't. That's where the money's at.
No, back towards the village, away from the mine, is where the wolves are.
Oh.
Yeah, we did a 180 and started running after saying wolves, people, wolves.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And after
Run
you
after
turn
Priority,
around,
wolves.
when you turn around and head back, those of you who didn't hear them before, once you get into the village, you definitely hear it then. And you see, from what you can see, there's about 10 wolves. And the about 15 townsfolk that have either come out of the tavern or were headed home or doing nightly business and such are being attacked by these wolves. And as you see, it's like the wolf will dart in, bite somebody, and then dart out. It doesn't look like they're going for the kill, but more like trying to scare them.
Away from something?
How long was like the run back into the village from the mine?
From where you were, probably 3 to 5 minutes in total after saying, hey, there's wolves, and everybody deciding, yeah, we should probably follow. Between 3 to 5 minutes during that interaction.
Okay.
As Frederick sees people getting attacked by wolves, he immediately goes to attack the wolves.
As everyone's like going to move, Bindy's going to cast Speak with Animals on himself, and run up like as they're going and just like yell out basically to the wolves. So just like already guttural kind of noises coming from the little kobold as it is trying to speak to wolves. That's if they can understand him. But yeah, he's just gonna be like, friend, why do attack? Friend, stop. What happening? Why are you doing this?
Give me a nature check, Bindi.
Sure. I'm sure I'll be fine at these. Maybe. Rolling. Oh my god.
What you got?
7.
You got a 7?
Mm-hmm. Plus 3.
Yeah, so they seem to sort of understand that you're communicating with them, but the mix of your draconic nature and it being magic that's allowing you to speak to them doesn't really translate well. And the only thing you really pick up is they don't really respond to you, but you can understand a little bit of the growling here and there, where you pretty much get don't kill them, just bite them from them. And you said Frederick wants to engage a wolf?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Focus will probably also run in, try and protect people.
Wonderful. I love that. I love that.
And
I love that.
Pink's going to go stealth.
Okay, go ahead and roll your stealth.
That's new.
And also roll initiative.
That was noises.
Nice.
I just need to get back into my character sheet. There we
Oh
go.
my god, my dice hate me tonight.
I like that 6, Bins.
Mm-hmm. The +4. We're doing good.
14.
14 on your stealth. Okay.
Mhm. And I'm trying to keep an eye on one of the wolves and follow them.
Okay.
Question: has the map changed?
No.
No,
Nope. I
we're
haven't
just
put up
using
the.
the
This is the
initiative
old
tracker
map.
right now.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, wasn't sure.
Okay. Why did it not?
Pink, we still need an initiative roll from you as well.
Me, yes.
Yeah, it's just for the initiative tracker, which only for some reason it's added Bindi, Pink's in there now, and Ven. It did not add Focus and Frederick in.
You should be able to manually add them.
Yes,
How do you bring up the initiative?
Is a little red button on the left side that says combat, and you click that and it'll show the initiative tracker.
Okay.
Yeah. So just make sure you're clicking onto your token, re-roll your initiative, and then we can manually edit it to your earlier one. That'll be easiest.
Okay, cool. So it's sort of like roll 20.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Very similar feature in this case.
Oh,
Yeah,
can we use new roll?
You can, yeah.
No.
Oh, that sucks because that's a 12.
Let me make sure Frederick is on there. Frederick, you're on there too, so you should be able to click your guy and get him added in as well. And then I can change it if it's lower.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I rolled a 12 initially.
Yeah, you're fine. You can keep the second one if you prefer.
Nice, it's okay.
What was your first one, Frederick? 19. Yeah, you probably want to keep that 19. Put it
Yeah.
at 9.
Oh, I accidentally rolled a chromatic orb. My bad. I'm tapping buttons by accident while I'm trying to scroll.
You're good. All right, so I've got Ven with the 22, Focus with the 20, Frederick with the 19, Pink with the 7, and Bindi with the 6.
I love that
Okay,
the two
perfect.
ones are the slowest in this combat.
Yeah.
Perfect. So
Low-level rogues are fun.
Get out of me square.
Why? What the hell is happening?
yeah, you won't need that map. We're just gonna
Red, no one's high enough for post yet.
So there's about 10 wolves in total. And like I said, they don't seem to be killing the villagers, but just trying to scare them. Then you are up first.
Yeah. I don't speak wolf, so I think then pulls the spell book out and just says, Ignis, and shoots a firebolt out at one of the wolves.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and roll to hit here. That's a nat 20.
Okay. You know the drill.
Oh my God.
Double damage, not double dice, yeah?
Correct.
All right.
Nice.
There we go.
Double total damage,
4.
including your
I don't know.
whatever.
It's a cantrip, no added. Just a 4.
Okay. 4 fire damage. Okay.
And that is my turn. I'm still hanging back.
All right. So next it will go to Focus.
All right. How far away from the wolves and the villages and stuff?
It's pretty close quarters in this small little village, so within 5 to 10 feet of about each of them.
Okay. And how far off were we when we were going out? So is it within the 30 feet?
Yeah, you're within 30 feet for sure.
Okay, sweet. I will go for this. I will. Oh my god! Run in and with my horns try and like shove a wolf out of the way.
Okay. Do your roll to hit with your horns as well, because it just only rolled up your damage.
Yep, still getting.
There you go. 12 will hit. And so you do 2 damage. Is your horns, does it have a saving throw on it for like being shoved or something like that?
You 2, 6. No, so that's just a damage. It's
Okay. Perfect.
Not a shot.
Okay. So you do 2 little damages to this little wolf here.
Yeah.
Okay. Focus have anything else he wants to do, or is that EOT?
I've only just got the one action at the moment.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Frederick.
Okay. Frederick is going to go up to the closest wolf and attack.
Do it. Let's do it.
That'll hit.
That will hit, yes.
And I'm going to use a sword with my long sword with 2 hands because it's versatile.
Okay.
And yeah, that's fine. Boom. Nice.
Yeah, so you straight up kill that wolf.
Go up to it.
Describe what. Describe what it looks like when you kill him.
I run up to him, get him between on his flank, on its flank, and while it's attempting to bite a villager that's prone on the ground, and take a step and cut right through its neck.
Yeah, so you do. You cleave right through him, right, barely missing the villager, just your blade tip landing on the ground next to him.
All right, get out of here.
What? That's the way, Frederick.
Okay. Anything else, Frederick, or is that EOT for you?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. So the next closest wolf near you, Frederick, doesn't really like that you just chopped off its friend's head, so it's going to go ahead and try to take a bite at you.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty 20, I assume, does hit.
Yep.
So you take 8 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Ouch.
And you also get knocked prone. So it grabs you by the leg and pulls you straight to the ground.
Okay.
Okay. Another one of these wolves comes at focus. Does 18 hit you, focus?
Pretty sure it does.
Yes, you're at okay, yes, you have 14. Okay. So you'll take 2 piercing damage, and this wolf also pulls you to the ground.
Do we make a saving throw for that one?
Nope.
Okay.
Piercing damage, and the target has prone condition if it's medium or smaller.
Oh no.
Cool. Damage
Okay.
Was
it was 6 total piercing damage.
Thank you.
Then one wolf bites at you for a 14, which does hit your
I'll
armor
go ahead and
class.
shield.
Okay, with a shield, it does not hit. And the rest of the wolves seem to still focus on villagers. And Pink, it'll now be your turn.
Okay, so I immediately tried to hide in the shadows of the town, wherever that was available. we don't have a picture of the town, so I'm just assuming there's barrels or something like that around. While I'm in this position, I'm going to focus on one or two of the wolves and pay close attention to what they're actually doing. I'm trying to figure out if they're taking direction from somebody. Almost always with a wolf, you have a lead wolf, right?
Mhm.
So first, I guess I'd try and figure out if we've got the lead wolf in our area. And if not, if there's some kind of human or something like that. I'm just looking for some indication of how they're organized.
Okay, so you're gonna stealth, which you already rolled your stealth previously, so you jump in a barrel. So I would say you can do an insight check if you'd like to try to garner the information you're looking for.
Insight. That is a big giant +1 right there. Okay, here we go. I'll take a 12.
From what you can figure out from your barrel, you don't, while you have your suspicions, you're not able to 100% confirm them. So you could continue to watch and wait if you'd like to.
I will shift my position to a place maybe a bit further away where I can get a bit more of a picture, where I can see more of them. Is there such a location?
Would you like to maybe climb up on top of one of the building's roofs?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an acrobatics, and I'll say you could use acrobatics with your movement.
Excellent, because I am very good at acrobatics. So. Oh, crap. That was an 18 before it was a 2. 9 total.
Yeah, so I'll say you you try to climb initially on your own up on top of one of the roofs, and it doesn't work out so well for you. And then you think maybe if you climb on the barrel that you were just hiding in, you could probably use that as a step up, and you're able to climb up on the roof. It's not a super tall building.
Come on, use your head.
Yeah, it's not elegant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very clumsy climb, but you're able to make it up to the top.
She's mumbling under her breath. Again, too loud. So, but yeah, then she gets on top of the roof and she's going to watch from there.
Okay. Bindi.
She's convinced that these creatures, that no wolf is going to go around biting people but not eating anything unless they're told to.
That's fair. That's a very good assumption to make. Bindi, what you doing for your turn?
So, are the wolves saying anything more than what they were saying just before?
Nope.
That Bindi can hear?
Nothing different.
So he's gonna draw. He sees his friends on the ground. And everyone is friend to Bindi. So he draws out. Everyone else would think dagger because of the size of them, but they're short swords. So he just pulls out 2 blades and then runs up, and he's going to make attacks at. I think Fred is looking the worst for wear, so we probably go over the one fighting Fred.
Okay.
First up, and just as he's bringing the blades down, or as he gets over, he just be like,
"Friends, why attack? What? You don't need to do this."
And if they don't react, he's then just gonna swing at them.
Okay. And does your race of kobold give you pack tactics? Or is that
I don't believe so. I think that's the legacy kobold.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and make your attack.
Legacy. Yeah, no, I have the draconic cry where I can I can give allies advantage. Actually, yeah, I'll just do the normal attack instead of using my bonus action attack. And I will draconic cry as a bonus action, which allows me to any enemies within 10 feet that can hear me. My allies will have advantage on them until the I think it's
Your
till
next
the
turn.
start of my next turn. So all the
Okay,
way through
wonderful.
everyone's.
Wonderful. So go ahead and
So
roll up your attack there for the wolves attack.
with my short sword. Oh, could we roll above even a 10? I'd be happy to be rolling above right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Does
Yep,
your
11.
crown does your crown apply to
Oh.
you?
Yes, it does. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, that's better. 24 to hit.
That will definitely hit. For 8 damages.
8 slashes.
Yeah, so that
he's
wolf.
he's basically trying to like talk the wolves down or to scare them off, kind of thing, or to get an answer out of them, but is also defending the friend.
That's fair. It doesn't seem like the talking is sort of working out for you very well, though. You're able
It's there
to
for 10
figure that
minutes,
out.
so.
And
still
the
there
wolf
for 10
that you hit looks pretty worse for wear there as well. Not quite dead, but you did some pretty decent slashing damage to him when you caught him with your blade there.
Yeah.
All right.
That's been done.
Okay. And does your Draconic Cry give the enemies any disadvantage or just advantage to your allies?
No, it just gives so it's bonus action, let out a cry at enemies within 10 feet of me. Until the start of the next turn, you and your allies have advantage on attack rolls against the enemies that could hear you.
Okay,
you can
wonderful.
2 times per long rest. So.
Perfect. So a
So any enemies within 20 feet of Bindi, basically.
fair.
Yeah.
So a 17 hits you, right, Bindi?
Yep.
Which I'm pretty sure it does. Yep, just barely does. All right.
Yes.
So you'll take 6 piercing damage from the one that you just attacked, and he will pull you to the ground as well. And one of them claws at the side of the building and tries to get to you, Pink, but it just isn't quite able to. Ven, it's your turn.
Right. Everyone get inside. Get inside. Everyone get inside. Just calling out to the townspeople.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. Everyone that I can still see who is here with me is on the ground, prone, having just been bitten.
Yes, except for Pink.
Pink's disappeared.
Yep. Pink has gone Darkwing Duck.
Yep.
All right. Can I make some kind of check to figure out where I can direct a 15-foot cone to hit the most wolves and not my friends?
You could certainly try, but everything is very
Yeah.
close quarters.
All right.
Hands.
So I could try to make a check. What kind of check would you call that? We've entered the negotiation phase.
I would
So you're saying
say
there's a chance.
insight would be something you could use.
Okay. Fuck it, we ball. I'll gamble with all your lives on a +2, and that's a 4, baby.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Let's go.
I'm hitting all 3 of them with it.
Yeah, you definitely can't find a place that you know for sure would keep your friends from getting hit. So you're in the position of, do I do this or do I don't?
I think on a 4 There are 3 combat spells that Ven knows, like has ever studied. They're very much they've done a lot of learning about like the lore of the arcane. They don't have that many spells yet,
Mm-hmm.
and they panic and shoot off a full force burning hands, doing thunder damage
Okay.
at wherever they can hit the most wolves, no matter who's in the way. We'll get you patched up afterwards. Doc can cover your ears.
All right. And what's the? Is it a save or
It
is it a hit?
is a saving throw, DC 15 dexterity.
Okay.
Oop.
That is a fail out of 5 of them. You have friends that also need to make that as well. Frederick got an 8. Focus got an 8. Bindi, I'm going to need you to roll 2, my friend.
Yay! This is come on.
I'm gonna go ahead and use
Let's go.
my last resource to cast silvery barbs on one of the wolves that passed.
All
And
5.
Damage to Fred.
Okay. Bindi is going to pass. It's 5 of them that you could
Oh,
get
yeah.
in the 15 foot. The others are kind of outside of it. They all failed. All the 5 in your cone there failed.
Okay. I'll still make one of them re-roll it to give advantage to Frederick.
Sure.
Just give it a little worse luck.
Okay.
And what was the DC for the
15.
15? Okay, so it's still a fail at least. Frederick,
And
you'll
that's a pass for
save on
Frederick.
that at least. All right, so roll up some damage here.
And we've been factoring, weren't we in a situation where there was a advantage on attacks?
On attack, not save.
Advantage on
Yes.
attacks, but not on
Okay, so,
saving
all right.
throw, yeah.
All right.
10 thunder damage.
And is it
You can
half
go
after
small
a save or no?
Flattens down.
Yeah,
Half.
half on a save. Yeah.
Ouch.
Damn, these dice rolls, though. They're killing us tonight.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so you kill 3 wolves and damage a couple of the others.
All right.
Pretty, you've got a couple of them G-stringed with that. Okay.
All right. That is the.
End
No.
of your turn?
I'm going to bonus action Starlight Step to the one that is next to Focus, like right next to any wolf. Try to interpose myself between any wolves
Okay.
left near Focus, since I blasted
Sure.
them pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Focus,
Okay.
it is your turn.
Sweet. With that, I get up because I'm prone, so that's half movement already.
Yep.
He'll shake himself off, give a little huff, and he will pull out his quarterstaff from his back and go up to the first wolf he sees and just baseball swings it.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
That one. 15.
15 will hit, and it will die because your minimum damage will kill it with only 1 HP left. For those of you unfamiliar, when I say G-stringed, that means they have 1 HP left.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So you kill it. Describe what it looks like when you hit it.
So pretty much because I'm doing the baseball swing, I am just aiming for the head and just swinging, and I think the connects with the bottom jaw. Just whoosh.
Yeah, and you just hear this sort of yelp come out of it as you hit it hard enough that you sort of send it flying, and it hits the side of one of the buildings and sort of crumples down there. When you do that, Focus, the whole group of you notices that the remaining 5 wolves decide that they are going to turn and flee.
Could I? Would I be able to use divine sense as they're leaving?
You sure can. They still have to go through action economy and get out while we're still in initiative, so they're not going to get all the way out away from you. So you could certainly do things. It's almost your turn here in just a moment. They have 40-foot movement, so they're able to take 40 foot on their turns. So it is your turn, Frederick, and they don't go until after you anyway.
Okay, I use half my movement to get up and use divine sense. I use my action for divine sense to detect good and evil and any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover.
You get none of that. They are unaligned, so they're not good or evil, and they are just regular standard medium beast wolves. No fae, fiend, celestial, any shenanigans involved.
Okay. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. So after Frederick, some of the wolves go that are left, and they start to head out. They take
I
their...
would love to use my reaction to attempt to grapple.
You could certainly try.
It's definitely a try here.
If there's a wolf that's leaving my threat range, I'd like to attack.
Yep. There's 2 of them that have that are close enough to the group of you that were down that will take opportunity attacks on their way out, should you so choose.
Everyone try to grab a wolf.
Okay.
I'm going to watch the ones that are running and see where they head. And if they're going to go out of my vision, I will try and follow them.
Okay. Frederick, I see you hit with your longsword. That does hit, so you kill one that was injured that tries to run away. Your athletics does not work. Is anybody else taking opportunity attack? No, from Bindi. Focus, Are you taking op?
Yeah, I might take one.
Okay.
I'll swing again with quarter.
Bindi was already hesitant to attack as it was.
Natural 20 will for sure hit, and it will die at minimum damage anyway. No. So it dies. And the remaining 3 of them sort of, they're taking their turn to get out. They have a 40-foot movement and are able to do a dash, so they're going to take 80 foot.
Can Focus staunch him out to try for a goring rush?
Is that is it bonus action or any of that? What is the?
Bring it up. Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Yeah, so on your next turn, you certainly could.
Yeah, we can definitely stomp these things out. You got the range.
Well, they got
the range is no issue.
I got the half movement still, and then if I do the dash, that's where I get the rush.
Well, you're not prone right now, right? You stood up.
No, you're back up. Yep. I think the only one still prone is Bindi because it's not been Bindi's turn yet. Oh. Australian internet really hating David today.
Yeah.
All right. Pink, you're on the roof. You see there's only 3 of these wolves left alive. They were the 3 on the sort of more outskirts of the city or the little town area, and they're headed off towards the tree line, about 300 foot outside of the village. So that's what they're doing. They've got 80 foot of movement. You said you want to follow them physically, or are you just visually?
I'll follow them as far as I can until I lose them.
Okay. What's your movement?
Probably 30. Yeah.
Okay, and you're rogue, so you should have dash as bonus action, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so you can get, you're going to take half movement to climb down. So that'll be 15, and then the 30 from dash 45. You're able to trail them at a 45-foot distance.
Okay.
Well, and then could action dash as well.
You could action dash as well, but rogues have bonus action, so I didn't account for regular action. You could do that as well if you'd like. That'll get you, 45 and another 30 is 75, so you'll be pretty decently close. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm aware of the fact that it takes her off on her own. But yeah.
Okay. Hey, your character, your problems. All right, so you're on a dash behind them. Bindi, you're still on the ground. They've moved away from you.
Bindi's
the three that were left.
Yeah, just like stand up and brush himself off, and sheath the blades. And can I get up to a raised area to just look? I know I can see. Well, we'd probably be able to see Pink dashing off after them. But just sort of to watch for them leaving, but if there's anything else going on, and like listen out for anything else.
Okay, you could acrobatics to climb. It's only 10 foot up to the top of one of the buildings to see across. They're short, flat top buildings.
My say different.
So let me know if I have to do another stealth check, by the way.
I will. 17 gets you up there just fine. So you take half your movement and get up. You climb up there, and you're able to see from the rooftop there. You do see Kerrigan, the druid that helped at the previous attack, sort of following the wolves, shooing them out. You know, maybe she missed her before, but she was helping the townsfolk previously and is sort of shooing the wolves off, trying to get them out. She's a druid. She's very in tune with nature. She doesn't want to hurt these creatures if she doesn't have to, because they're animals and they have animalistic instincts. They don't know proper social etiquette. So she doesn't want to hurt them. She just is sort of shooing them off. So that's what you see from up top, Kerrigan. And then you see Pink out, fair distance away, running off behind these wolves that are left. There's only 3 of them left. Do you have anything else you want to do while you're up there?
Other than just watch, Bindi heard them say, basically, not go for attack, just go for a scare and injure kind of thing. Maim and injure, not kill.
Oh no.
He'll be back.
Soon you'll see.
Yeah, they didn't go full on up.
Oh, poor
Bindi.
guy.
David, no!
I think it's me and Chip trying to add him to the stage at the same time, I think.
I was like, I see pop in, pop out. I'm like, what is going on?
It's me and Chip both backstage pushing the button to let you in.
She's like, no, save Bindi.
So Bindi sees what you said. He heard him kind of saying the things, and then
he'd heard him. Yeah, he'd heard the wolves basically not trying to kill, and then they didn't kill us, and then they were driven off. But it's just the druid also seems to keep just popping up. after we either getting our asses handed to us or something's going on. So he's cautious because that's like something doesn't seem right overall here,
Yeah,
and Bindy's not sure why.
that's fair. That's a fair assumption. It's a fair
Yeah.
assumption to make. Okay. Then
But yeah,
there's
other than that,
still
he's not doing anything up there.
there's still an initiative order. They're about 80 feet away. Do you have anything you want to do, or
Yeah, I want to run 30 feet forward with my movement. And then the next thing Bindi sees is a flash of fire dart across the sky and try to impact one of the wolves.
okay? Yeah, that'll do it.
You don't bite my coworkers and then just get to run away when things don't turn out in your favor.
Yeah, so you just this firebolt whizzes up through the grass, and right past you, Pink, you see this fiery spear pass you, and it feels warm and comforting to you for the moment it's in your space, and then it hits the wolf that is furthest behind, and you hear it yip, and it keeps trying to run away. Focus.
That's it.
Cool. Angry Bull. He's gonna chase after them and I guess try and hit the slowest of them all.
Okay. All right.
He's gonna do the Goring Rush, so he does his normal movement and then the plus dash.
Okay. And then your bonus action there.
Yep.
13 does hit. Okay. So you don't quite kill it, but you do skewer it, and when you do hit it with your horns, it kind of flies and up ahead, like you push it forward when you hit it, and you can see where you gored it. It's kind of got a little bit of its guts hanging out there.
Sweet. A mark to remember.
Frederick.
He's gonna move 30 feet up and then cast Sacred Flame,
Okay.
which
It's wisdom. I believe it's a wisdom save. Yeah.
I think it's dexterity.
Oh,
dex saving throw.
Dex. Okay. What's the DC?
Let's say damage. If
What's
it
your
hits.
charisma roll?
My charisma's +6, or no, +4 for the modifiers. +4. Spell attack is +6, so save DC is 14. Sorry.
14. Okay, so it fails. So what's the damage on it? 8. Ooh, max damage. Yeah, you kill it. It dies. So what does it look like when this sacred flame that you call down on it hits it? What's it look like?
He rushes up and puts a hand forward, and down from the night sky comes this starfire that just rushes down and envelops it and turns it to ash.
I think with us having both moved up the same distance, standing side by side, Van looks over at you and is like, "It's a lovely trick. We've got something just like that in my family."
Oh, interesting. We'll have to talk to.
I'll show you if Bindi leaves any standing for us. I'll show you if Bindi leaves any standing for us. I think I saw them going up to get a sniper's position.
Yeah. So you've got 2 left out of the 10 that were. They're still running, and they try to run a little faster this time because they're trying to get away. And you see Kerrigan, who doesn't want to harm the nature. She uses a spell from her stuff that she knows. She waves her staff, and this whoosh of air comes behind them, almost like a wave, and pushes them further on, so they're able to get closer to the forest as she's trying to keep them alive, because they're just their nature, and she doesn't want to hurt them. So they get a good fair bit of distance from their movement, and her spell gives them 120 foot of distance
Yeah.
Do I see
from
this?
where you were previously. Yes, you do. Of course, you were pretty close to them. You and
Okay.
Focus both do see this.
I'm switching tacks. I'm headed toward Kerrigan.
Okay.
Oh no.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh no.
Hell yeah. I can do this all day.
Oh no.
So you're headed towards Kerrigan.
Yeah.
What do you do when you head back towards Kerrigan?
I'm running toward her.
Okay. What happens when you get there?
I'm looking pretty pissed off, and I go, exactly what do you think you're doing?
Protecting the wildlife. It's what I'm supposed to do.
Uh-huh. And how do we know you weren't ones that called them in the first place?
Why would I do such a thing?
I don't know. Why would you do such a thing?
I just want to see everybody safe, the town and the animals. They lived here before we did.
Yeah. Well, I don't see anybody else capable of bringing them into town. And no wolf just goes and bites people unless it's being told by somebody to do it. Wolves
could
don't
roll
play around.
You could roll an insight check on her if you would like to see if she's telling you the truth or not.
Very much like to do that. Or an intimidation. Let me see. Intimidation is +2. Can I do an intimidation?
You could certainly try to intimidate her.
All right, because I'm going to look like my claws are out, my tail is whipping around. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, it's over a 10 at least, but
You don't scare me, Demonkin. I've seen worse things in my life.
and now I'll try an insider if I can.
You can, certainly.
Huh, and another 11.
Yeah, so as far as you know, she seems to be telling the truth to you that she's just trying to protect not only the people, but the wildlife as well. She's like a bleeding heart activist.
Okay, even though I think that, I'm deciding that she's guilty.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can certainly decide.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? You're still the only thing around here capable of bringing those creatures into the town in the first place.
Is it all right if,
Unless you can think of
Ven,
somebody else in town.
is it all right if Ven and Fred are still approaching at this point, like chasing
Yeah,
after
sure.
the wolves? Cool.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and after Bindi takes his turn, we'll jump out of initiative. Bindi, it is your turn now.
Yeah,
if your internet's going to let you have a turn.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it would. Good old Australian internet. Bindi is just going to scamper down once, like watching them. Like I could take a shot at disadvantage at long range because longbow. But he just everything feels off about this to Bindi, and he already didn't want to murderize the wolves as it was. Who's looking the most unhealthy? Probably our new large friend.
Fred, maybe, I think.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Fred and
Never mind,
Focus both are looking
Yeah, they're
pretty
both looking
fucked up.
unhealthy.
Fred's the closest to you, though. Focus is out.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, Bindi would like just scamper down off the roof and then just walk up to Fred, be like,
Friend, you not look healthy.
and then just
Aye.
like clap him like on the knee, basically, because Bindi doesn't really come up very tall, or on the like the thigh, and then just pump a cure wounds into him.
Okay.
'Cause that is Bindi's job, is healing and helping, and the rest of the things. Oh, finally,
Nice.
high roll. 9.
Here you go. You get 9 back, Fred.
I like how it says damage.
Oh, refreshing. Thank you kindly.
Yep.
Yeah, it does say
Cure
damage
wounds,
for whatever reason.
There we go. Cure wounds damage.
All right, so we'll go ahead and drop the initiative tracker. The wolves have made it off into the forest. Only 2 of them left. Pink is up on Kerrigan. There are some villagers laying about with wounds. You hear some cries and lots of chaos and commotion trying to get that taken care of. Focus,
gonna
you're
go
still
around
a
and
little
lays
ways
on
out.
hands.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like staunching him on the back, just like backward and forward, just like you guys come back, I'm gonna get ya.
And I'm still pushing on the druid because
Yeah.
I think I'm running up towards
if it's
Pink.
not her.
Yeah, I think I'm running up towards Pink.
Absolutely
Frederick's-
can do.
Frederick's going
Pink,
around to
I
the villagers
Pink,
and
you wanna
using
wi-
1 point of lay on hands to the injured villagers.
Yeah, so there was 15 villagers total that were out and about involved in all of this. And a majority of them have some sort of injury.
I can do 10 of them for 1 point each.
Okay, so you do 10 of them for 1 point each.
Pink, how'd they get away from you?
I don't think they were headed toward the. I was following them to find out who was ordering them around, but I don't think I need to follow them. I think we've already got the culprit right here.
I've done no such
Well,
thing
Well,
The
you gave
druid.
them a nice boost to get away.
because they didn't need to be hurt. We could have just shooed them out of town and we didn't have to kill them.
You'd find a wild beast with a taste for people's blood, you'd put it down.
Nope, I do not. I believe in the sanctity of all wildlife and I would like to protect them as much as I can. If you notice, I didn't attack the Onkegs either. I mostly just kept people alive during that because those are beasts with their own natural nature.
All right, let's say you're telling the truth. Who else could do it then?
Yeah, anybody who wants to insight can certainly insight her.
I'll give it a shot.
I might walk over if the wolves are not doing anything and pick up the last of the conversation.
Yep, the wolves have made it off, so they're not doing anything. Bindi, good thing for you. You do get a chaos coin on a nat 1.
Yeah, but like +5 and I still couldn't get anywhere. God damn it.
18 total.
Okay, you can re-roll it if you want, Bindi. If you've got your chaos coin, you can use it now, or you could save it for later.
It resets every game, doesn't it?
Yes,
May as well use it.
smoke them if you got them, right?
Logo if you got them. Oh, that's better. 18 total.
Okay.
Hey, we died.
Hey.
Yeah, so none of you seem to pick up if she's lying to you or not. It seems like she's telling you the truth. She's a bleeding heart naturalist who wants to protect wildlife.
She's still not giving me the name
So
of
you
anybody
just
else.
happen to have a vendetta against the mine, and then beasts that you don't help protect people from pop up to attack
Of
the
course, I have a
village
vendetta
when
against the
things
mine.
don't seem to be going your way.
I would do anything that I
Why?
could to rid this
Living people need
land
it.
of the mine. To me, it is a curse. And she pulls from her over the shoulder, messenger style pouch. She pulls out an ear of corn. It is a rough, black, dried out ear of corn. And all of it is like this. All of it tastes of corruption, a foul stench. This isn't natural. Show them this. Who could doubt the mine is responsible? The beast of this land will revolt until the usurpers here recognize the stain they have left on the landscape will only be removed with blood. There is nothing I can do to stop them. You must convince the sheep who dwell here to combat the wolves who wear their wool, or else more violent revolt will take place. I'm sorry for the heavy-handed metaphor, but what I speak is plain truth. The natural world was here long before this town, and it will reclaim what it has lost.
But
Wow, that
See,
sounds.
this is why I don't like you wild witches. You claim to be sorry for your metaphors when all they really are is a false acceptance of a fake order. This is our world, and we'll make it the way we need it to be. The mine's a curse. You break the curse. You don't put people back into poverty.
See, where I come from, we deal with this simply. Let's knock her unconscious for 12 hours and see if all the stuff stops coming. If it does, we know it's her.
What was Focus going to say?
Unless
I was just going to use a bit of reverse. It's like, ore is a natural occurring thing. Is there a way that the people can extract it without upsetting nature?
I think we need to figure out why the mine was sealed in the first place.
That would be a good start. And if you remember correctly, then back to the conversation that you were having with Tug in the tavern, he did tell you that children had died, horrific creatures were wandering, the mine was closed down because of that sort of thing. And he did tell you that the crops came up pretty slim. They had those who did have a decent harvest couldn't sell it because it tastes like slate and shale. And he did say, I'm not saying it's the mine, but I'm also not saying it isn't.
Well, I recall.
then, I mean, we was going to look at mine till wolves attack.
And they'll probably keep attacking until that damn mine is closed.
I'm not saying that we should close the mine, but at least try and figure out a way where we can coexist.
I don't disagree. But I'm saying we shouldn't stop progress for the sake of a few dumb beasts.
Hey,
If anybody wants to do a nature check to kind of look at things deeper in the village, like the area around you, you could certainly do that at this time as well.
Sure.
I might do that.
Pink waits till there's a lull of the conversation. He goes, can I get a vote on the knock her out for 12 hours plan?
I'm not saying no to that. I just don't know what happens.
Okay, so is that a maybe? Because I mean, I volunteer.
Pink, I think that's more of a we ask the people who live here situation. We don't exactly have any authority for arrest.
Or you're saying we ask them if it's her?
We ask them if we're allowed to knock her out.
Oh. Fine.
We don't exactly have any formal arrest authority around here. Killing a few wolves, no one minds, but you start hitting people, you draw eyes.
I look over at the druid and just bare my teeth again, and then leave it at that.
Okay. Bindi and Focus, your nature checks are high enough that you kind of realize as you stop to look around that the grass around the town seems less vibrant than it ought to be. You think back to the food that you ate, it did have a little stale element to it, though maybe magically enhanced to try to taste a little bit better. The smiles of the people around were gray and sometimes toothless. And none of you ordered ale, but the ale is a little flat.
We were checking out
Okay.
mine, weren't we?
We're about to, yeah.
Okay. If we look at mine for you, we find problem, and we give time to look at mine, not just send more wolves. If we find anything and fix, and things fix, you will call off wolves.
I didn't send the wolves in the first place. But yes, you definitely should look into the mine. I'm not saying that this is proof that it is the mine for the rot in our vegetables and such, but that shouldn't matter. Something is making the groundwater toxic. This is proof, and she's very adamantly shakes the ear of corn.
Then smacks the ear of corn out of her hand. Put your damn hand down.
Are you able to
We've heard your
communicate?
story, we've heard your metaphor. We'll check out the mine. If the mine's causing all these problems, we'll find a solution.
Are you
You-
able to communicate with the wildlife in the meantimes while we're investigating to not go after the village?
I can't make any guarantees, but I can certainly try. And she'll wave her staff. As she does, she shifts into a bird and flies off towards the forest.
Then will call up after her. Keep your damn
Chicken.
beasts out of the village, or you'll find them fricasseed.
They was told not to kill, just hurt.
Frederick comes out up,
Bindi, I'd
up
see a
during this.
1,000 wolves dead before I saw a single one of these people bitten.
Fricasseed. I've never had
I-
fricasseed wolf.
Hey, that
They-
you did when you knocked the corn down?
When
That was
I-
pretty cool.
when I spoke to them, they said only bite and scare, not kill.
So then something was ordering them around.
Was the
Yeah, I
alpha
think
there?
someone told
Of course, something was ordering it around. Wolves don't bite people unless they're going to eat them.
That's why I know what to kill. Just drive off. They was doing job like people in mine, like people in field, like us.
I'm gonna sort of squat down to get eye level with Bindi. It's fully just getting eye level. Bindi, I've never known a beast to get a taste for blood and not come back for more.
I mean, blood, nice. Good with me.
Then remembers 2 or 3 hours ago when he realized, oh yeah, these are psychopaths.
Yeah. And BD like smiles. You just see like teeth, like
Yeah, like a full
ripping and
mouth of
tearing.
sharp, pointy, draconic teeth.
Frederick
Fully
raises an
stands
eyebrow
back
at
up,
the.
takes like 5 steps back, removes themselves like from the conversation circle, and just starts prestidigitating all the wolf blood off of themselves. Oh, there's
Yeah.
soap too. Oh.
And as you sort of do that, Tug comes up to you, you know. Thank you for helping again. I know since you've been here, you've helped us a lot. we have to do something. This can't continue. This is 2 attacks in one day. This isn't. Something's got to be done. We could either have a town meeting or have a conference with the elders, or maybe even just run the mine owner out of town. We have options, but something has to be done.
No, we need to look at
So-
mine.
I think I know the master scribe on the page for me through the night, but if you can give me a room for 4 more hours, foreman, owner, anyone, I'm going down in that mine one way or another. We can't let these beasts run wild on your village. You're good people and you don't deserve it.
And you'll not be going
No
down
matter
alone.
what.
I'll be going with you.
No matter what some wild bitch says.
Well, it's late. Let's all get some sleep and we can convene in the morning and check all of that out.
That sounds good. As Focus takes out a handkerchief and just starts wiping his horns.
Oh, yeah, Focus, it's much quicker if you just let me cleans Focus with a prestidigitation and then hits everyone else with one without asking as well.
Oh, jeez.
We just
You're
we just need
also
to sleep.
gory.
Well, thank you.
We can hold a town meeting tomorrow and convince Mutterall to come and hear what we have to say. We can spend some time convincing, people to come to the meeting as well, or we could have a closed door meeting with the elders, more private, and alert them to all of these things going on. Or we could ask Mutterall to leave without a meeting. Well, you could
Oh,
anyway.
hold on.
Yeah.
If you close the mine, Bird Lady wins.
Well, we have to do something because something just hasn't been right since they reopened it. And I'm one of the only people in this village old enough to remember when they closed it the first time. And it seems like history is repeating itself. This is sort of what happened before.
Then maybe before we go to sleep, go over and have a conversation with this mine leading guy.
What was the reason they closed it down the first time?
The same thing here, beasts and crop failure and so on
Okay.
and such forth. Who closed it down?
Into further?
The founders of the village, the reason the village was founded here in the first place is a group of travelers, migrants, were trying to find a new place to live, and they found the mine here and decided to settle. And once they realized that digging into the mine was causing issues, or they assumed that as much, they closed it and led us to the poverty that we experienced for some time. And I will say the mine being open has been partially helpful, but it's also brought...
The mine was already here when these founders came along? It wasn't just an ore vein?
It was just a vein that they had found that they thought that they could mine into and use.
So they found the vein. They found the vein and then they built the mine.
So do we think it's worth going and talking to this guy tonight, or do we need to?
Yeah, I think it is.
Is he going to skip? I'm a little concerned he's going to skip town if he's actually up behind all this.
I think it'd be worth talking to the owner tonight as well, because there'd be something that'd be most likely leaching into the ground or something, or there'd be an actual curse, and we need to go down there and somebody needs to go down there and take care of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind sleeping through breakfast.
Must be nice.
I mean, it's totally up to you, but we've got to get, me and the other elders will get these people taken care of. Some of them aren't even going to be able to work tomorrow, and this was supposed to be a happy day, a day of celebration, and it just hasn't been. And he looks sort of sad and defeated,
All right, team vote then. Who's for going and bothering waking up the boss man and seeing what's going on tonight?
He'll be a bit off guard if he's tired.
Okay, she puts up her hand.
Agreed.
Cedric puts up his hands, both hands.
Is this for
and
us?
who's against going and seeing the boss man tonight? Well, that settles it.
Right, who we sending? Or are we all rolling up?
I say we're more intimidating as a group.
2 teeth and claws.
Like,
Yeah,
what you said.
you're definitely more intimidating than I am. I'm just me, just a little old man.
Oh, we weren't. It's okay. Thank you.
Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna take the injured and help take the injured to the community hall that we have and get them taken care of there. You could come and find us there once you finish.
Hey, you do that. Where does he live?
Ah, yes, that would be
He lives-
in
He lives in a little house on towards the edge of town, but he's going to go to the biggest building in town. It's not tall, but it's a little wider instead of like a 10 by 10. It's like a 30 by 30 little building there, and it's their town hall community center.
Right. Well, off we go.
Yeah, so that's what you'll do next session. We'll get into getting into the mine. It's been a fun time. You had some little combat here, and we thank everybody for coming out and watching and playing. And we will run some videos here, do our raid, and see everybody next week. What's today? Saturday. So Monday we have Delirium. So come hang out with us for Delirium. That's a fun group, a fun game. They're in the middle of a dungeon crawl. Thursday we have also another middle of a dungeon crawl group going with our Yawning Portal game, and then Friday next week I believe we are playing Concentricity, right?
Concentricity.
Yeah, so we'll be
Where they're all
dealing
about to die.
an impending bomb. Yeah, YOLO.
Yeah.
So we'll catch everybody hopefully sometime throughout the week, and we'll see you back. We appreciate you for coming out, and have a good rest of your night.
Good night.